Hello, gorgeous. You're listening to the Girlfriend's Guide to Starting Over. On this podcast, we talk about everything from dating and relationships to personal development. We also speak very candidly about the F word, and by that, I mean failure. So grab a pen, tag a friend, and let's talk about it. All of it. Undergoing, overcoming, and simply trying to make it through. Hello, gorgeous, and welcome back to the Girlfriend's Guide. I am so excited to be back with you guys. Today is the first episode since I changed the format, and if I'm 100% honest with you guys, I missed you so much last week. It was really uncomfortable for me. I had a general uneasiness, and I had to coach myself. I coach women every single day to stick with it, to sit with the discomfort, to move through the emotions, and I had to do those very same exercises. It was very humanizing for me, and I was journaling down, what does this mean? What am I feeling in this moment? And I realized that I had a fear that suddenly my podcast audience would just drop off. And I had to check myself on that. I'm like, yo, you show up every single day, cross platforms. You are always in some container giving massive value, pouring into people. Your podcast audience isn't going anywhere. If anything, they're going to find you on other places. And you guys know that all of my socials are available in the show notes, but I will show you the other tiny containers that I have if you like this format or I'm just kind of pouring into you. I'll definitely put those in the show notes of this, but I had to check myself. I had to take the opportunity to remind myself who I am. And so I'm challenging you to do the same thing. Next time you're feeling uneasy, next time you're feeling a little off your square because things are different, because you changed things up a little bit, remind yourself who you are. Remind yourself of how many times you've changed the game for yourself. You've switched stuff up and it's worked out for the better because you had the courage to make a change, right? All change is loss, but there is no rebirth without death. We get to remember that, okay? So interestingly, last week, a lot of my content was surrounding our need to stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting on that outside validation to chase our passions, to follow our dreams, to become our authentic selves or be the main character of our lives. And I say that because waiting for permission profits you nothing. In most instances, people aren't going to give you permission to chase those dreams or goals, and it's not because they're jealous. We have talked about this. Most of the time, it's because they're viewing you and what you can do, your potential, your abilities from their own scope, from their own experience, what they know to be true. That doesn't mean that you can't garner the skill set, that you can't learn new things or find the resources. That's just their point of view. Fortunately, I don't measure my success by somebody else's ruler. I don't know about you, but I'm not doing that. And I encourage you not to do that. But during this week, when I was getting all these downloads and all these ideas, and I was journaling down my goals for the last quarter of the year, I realized that we also get to give ourselves permission to chase these goals, to chase these dreams. It is often way easier to blame our lack of action, our lack of movement, our poor motivation on not having the support, or this person didn't believe in me, or they didn't nurture this gift in me, or making an excuse for some outside force being the reason that you're not where you want to be. But sometimes we have to look inward and see where we aren't granting ourselves the permission. Where is there an underlying fear of, what if I blow the roof off this thing? What if I knock it out of the park? What if I am wildly successful? How does that change my relationship? How does that change my family dynamics? How does that make people at corporate look at me if my side hustle skyrockets? How does it change life as I know it? How does it rock my comfort zone? And I'm stepping on my own toes in this because in many ways, as much as I have accomplished, I get to call myself out for playing small, for coming up with reasons to sink back into comfort instead of stepping out into growth and opportunity, for looking for reasons why that's just not going to work out right now, or I don't think I can fit that in my schedule. Now, sometimes those excuses are really good excuses because it does not match what I need for me and my family right now. And other times it was a way of playing it safe. Fortune favors the bold. So I am challenging you this week as you listen to this episode, as you navigate life, to start considering where you can give yourself permission. Where can you ignite your passion? Where can you step out into growth, into opportunity? Where can you dare yourself to really knock it out of the park? I love you. I want the best for you. I cannot wait to see you. And you know I can't wait to see your transformation.